Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be continuing our series in growing in raised beds and containers, and we had kind of a choice to make here, or we probably could have done both, but we're going to show you how to grow some tomatoes in a raised bed. So we're going to throw in a little twists and tricks. We're going to show you a little bit of Gaia planting and how you can grow in bad soil, and hopefully that'll come in handy for you too. But we'll tell you a little bit about the soil mix we're going to use. We're going to be planting San Marzano tomatoes. They're a good sauce tomato, not a lot of juice and a lot of meat. So we like those for doing our tomato sauce. We don't have to spend hours and hours boiling it down.
Yeah.
So guys, we'll get over here. We'll show you maybe a little bit different way to plant some tomatoes, and we hope you enjoy it. Alrighty guys, we're back over here in the older part of the raised bed garden, and we're going to be planting one of our wooden boxes here. They are 3 foot by 5 foot, and they are 3 boards deep, 2 by 6s. So they are what, 15.5 inches, 16.5 inches deep. But as you can see, the soil is sunk down pretty hard. I believe we had sweet potatoes in there last year, and when we pulled the sweet potatoes out, that left a lot of void. So the soil is sunk down quite a bit. So what we're going to do, we've got a bale of peat moss here. We're going to get that on the bed, and we're going to get that smoothed out and ready to roll. So we'll get that on here, and I'll bring you back and show you what we do with that. Alrighty guys, we've got our mountain of peat moss added to the box here. Tina's going to go ahead and spread that out level for us. We're not going to do too much turning it down into the soil. We want to show you a little bit different planting technique. We're going to be doing the Gaia planting, which is, Gaia is an old world word for earth, and we're just going to be using the peat moss, or you can do this in any kind of bad soil. So you know peat moss is pretty devoid of nutrients, so we're going to call this bad soil. If you've got rocky, clay, or just a burnout soil, this is how you would plant in that situation. So we'll go ahead, we'll get this spread out, and then what we're going to do is, since we're, like I said, it's the Gaia planting method, we're going to use the earth as a pot. So we're going to go ahead and dig holes in it, and we're going to be planting in super soil, but we're going to be using this peat moss as the pot. We're going to do it just like a potted plant, except the peat moss is going to be the pot. So we'll let her get this straightened out. We'll go ahead and dig some holes, and then we'll bring you back and show you what we do with them. Alrighty guys, what we're going to be planting are San Marzano tomatoes. San Marzano, see if I can talk. But we've got our holes dug here in the bed. Now what we're going to do is we're going to be planting from seed. So we're going to fill each one of these holes with super soil, and then we'll come back and plant seeds in them. But let us get the super soil in the holes. That'll take us a minute or two, and then we'll be right back and show it to you. Alrighty guys, we got our holes dug here in the peat moss, and you can see Tina is using some commercial garden soil. So we wanted to make this one something that anybody could do. You can just use your regular old commercial garden soil, and to dig you some holes even in the worst of ground, and to just add enough to put your plant in. So now we'll definitely hit each one of these holes too with some of our fertilizer, but we'll do that after we're done and got these covered up. We've got fertilizer specifically for tomatoes, but we got these holes covered up or filled in here. We're going to go ahead and get into our seeds, and I'll cut out of here for just a minute so we can sort out what we're doing, and then we'll get these planted up for you. Alright guys, we're getting ready to start planting here, and what we're going to do is we're going to put 3 seeds to a hole, and we're going to push them down probably ½ an inch or so. We'll just kind of follow along with Tina here for a minute. These are a San Marzano tomato. They're a type of Roma tomato that doesn't have a lot of of juice to it. It's mostly meat, and it's really good for making sauces. We wanted to be able to mix these in with our other tomatoes. There off the end of the bed there, you see the stakes. That's where we normally plant tomatoes, and we'll be growing those there later this year. But since we're growing these from seed, we want to go ahead and give them a head start. Now, we're not real cool here at night yet, but the tomatoes will kind of have a good idea when they're ready to come up anyway. They can sit, you know, under the ground for a little bit. You have to ferment tomato seeds anyway to get them to, when you harvest them, to make sure that they're fertile. But so they can take sitting in liquid for a little bit. They'll just swell up, and they'll come up when they're ready. Not any real danger of them coming up. If they've got cool nights, they'll stall off and wait. But we're going to put 3 to a hole. In the end, we'll probably just save one. We'll just see whichever one's the strongest, and just end up saving one of them. But this will turn into a nice little shrub. We may have to come back here and drive a few stakes in there and get us something to tie them up to, but for right now we're just going to get them planted and in the ground. Like I said, this is the Gaia method. It's a really good way to plant in bad soil, and we're just going to try to mimic it here. We've made our own bad soil by using the peat, and instead of using our super soil, we're just going to use some store-bought soil, and just show you that anybody can do it. If you can get a hold of a bag of garden soil, you can grow in about any kind of ground. And each year, if you have to keep doing this year after year, each year as you stir this in and do it again next year and stir it in and do it again next year, your soil will just get richer and richer as you go. So it doesn't hurt anything to plant this way, just a different way of doing it. So what we'll do now is we'll get Tina to go back in, and one more little thing we're going to do with it. We're going to dust some peat moss real lightly over the surface of the holes. It's not to hide the holes or anything, but one problem with tomatoes is you always try to water them at the bottom so that you don't get the leaves wet, but water will bounce off the ground back up onto the lower leaves and cause blight in tomatoes. So there's not a whole lot of blight lives in peat moss. It's a little acidic, and we know that tomatoes like acid soil anyway, but the peat is a little acidic and not really known to carry blight real bad. So we'll be able to water, and if a little bit of water splashes up off of the peat onto the plants, we shouldn't run into a real bad blight problem. So it's going to serve a secondary purpose here, but we'll follow these tomatoes along through the year. We'll see how they do. Like I said, may have to stake them up here, but should be pretty good. We'll get Tina to grab her hose and give them a real light watering. But oh, I suppose we ought to fertilize it, huh?
Yeah, just a little bit.
Alright, show them what we're going to be using here. Job's tomato and vegetable. But we'll go ahead and sprinkle some of that over the surface. And then through the year we'll be feeding these anyway. We'll use the same thing to feed them. That Job's is good to carry them all the way through the season. So won't have to do too much to them. We'll just get them fertilized, and that'll get them started. Between the garden soil, which probably has some nutrients in it, and the fact that they're in holes, which means they're very quickly going to go right down through the garden soil into the good super soil that's below them. So they won't have any trouble getting roots down to soil they can use. The peat moss is mostly just filler. Like I said, we're doing that Gaia planting. But they'll come right up through that peat moss. We'll be watching for them, and then we'll select for the strongest seedling. Unless we have two come up pretty good distance apart, we'll probably just narrow them down to one. We'll let Tina get her shower in here.
Yeah, some of it's kind of stuck on my swimming bag.
Half the people that follow our channel can say they've showered with you now.
Alright.
Alright guys, we're just going to get a light water on this. Peat hates to absorb water, so we're just going to go ahead and get it damp. We'll probably just go over it a couple times here real quick, and then we're just going to let it go to its own devices. The seeds, the store-bought soil that the seeds are in was pretty wet anyway, so we're just going to leave it at that, guys. That's our San Marzano tomatoes. We'll see how they do planting them outside from seed, and just kind of show you that you don't have to have a greenhouse. You don't have to have a lot of fancy equipment. If we've done all that in the years that we've been gardening, And we've kind of come back around full circle, and we like to challenge ourselves as much as we can to planting outdoors just straight from seed. So we're going to see how we do with this. Tina's got her tag made up so we know what we're looking at here when they come up, and to make sure we don't come back through and plant something else over the top of them. But
that would be my luck.
oh, but guys, we're going to go ahead and get out of here. Like I said, that's our San Marzano video, and we'll be right back to talk to you. Alrighty guys, that's about going to wrap it up for our San Marzano tomatoes, and they're a real nice Italian tomato, like I said, and we really enjoy them. They cut us a lot of time out of our canning, and you'll see us plant them along with our other videos, but or our other tomatoes, but we really enjoy them. So guys, we're going to go ahead and get out of here. If you enjoy the content here on the channel, we hope you'll subscribe. Down next to the subscribe button is a bell. If you'll ring that bell, that'll tell you whenever Tina's doing something awful. But guys, if you liked the video today, please give it a thumbs up and leave us a comment down below, or if you have any questions, leave those down below too. If we don't know the answers, we'll find you one. So guys, it's been a great day here on the homestead. We hope you're having a great day there at your place, and we'll catch you in the next one.